Greetings, Groaners! Welcome along to our 97th swim into the swirling waters of the Groan Zone. The countdown to 100 continues. Remember, please, for the sake of continuity, stop here and go to episode 1, then backwards if this is your first time. If you're a regular listener, join us, Groan Nation, as the show goes onwards. Your games this week are Yes or BS, Give Me the Question, and Who or What or Where the Hell Am I? My groans to start us off. Kids on bikes. When I was younger, I may have gone on the streets with no helmet. However, whenever I went on long road or off-road treks, I always wore one. I find it really risky when kids pop wheelies in the middle of the road. If you come off and a car hits you, you're either messed up or dead. You've got to respect road safety. This isn't a groan against road safety, it's against doing crazy stuff in the middle of the road. Item breakages in bags. So you're putting stuff in the bags after you paid for it, could be your shopping or something else, and then you get home only to realise in your hurry you've squashed something breakable or you've bust a packet, meaning you've got to eat a perishable pretty much right there and then. Note to self, put fragile stuff on top. Bad timings. What I mean by this is, say you just took it into a meal or a light snack or whatever and you're really enjoying it. Suddenly, a friend or family member sits next to you and as if thinking you want to hear it, they tell you about their bowel movements or something else. Where, man? I'm eating, you legend of all stupidity. I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself. I don't want to know these things. If you're going to tell me when I'm not eating. Thank you. With that, Groaners, I've had my turn, but later on, one of you will take the floor and get your groan read out on the show. Going straight for it now, we hit up Admin Nicole's Trippy Corner. This week's story is called Opposites Attract. The old man stayed in the factory to destroy that research room for the children and find anything useful he could. Outside was full of all creatures belonging to the night, and they would protect Coco no matter what. Viola decided to watch over Ivy and asked Valencia to sit by a nearby fire they made and rest whilst watching over the Reaper. Viola was busy trying to stop Ivy from riding the panthers and to stay away from all the dangerous or venomous animals. They may not have been a threat now, but anything could change once that baby was born. Their lack of knowledge on how these animals evolved thanks to the Great War didn't give them much confidence either. Valencia and the Reaper sat some distance away around the fire. She thanked him for bringing her back even if he never meant to, or had any idea that he even could. All he could do was offer some half-hearted smile and sigh. When asked why he would choose eternal death over a chance at a new life, he explained that it was more like a self-imposed punishment for him, something he deserved and something he was grateful for. When he was still alive, living in a bubble town like many during the Great War, he was a rising star in baseball. Coaches had attended a big match that could really cement his future. Both his parents were there to cheer him on, but not only did his team lose the match, it was his fault. All he had to do was run and catch the ball, but he failed and caught his foot on something which twisted it rather severely. He was lucky not to break his foot, but it would take a lot of time to get back on his feet again. In his mind, his parents changed. His father was absent and home less than usual, and his mother was so tired all the time, she could barely even look at him. The Reaper couldn't help but think he was a disappointment to his family. He lost a major game and he didn't get scouted. So he took a dark path. He joined the wrong crowd, got influenced by the wrong people. His parents could barely recognize him and soon he even lost himself. He knew it was wrong, but he kept telling himself how much his parents hated him for losing one game. His new friends encouraged him to throw a party while his parents were out one night. Little did the Reaper know until too late that the so-called friend started a fire in his parents' garage and then bailed. The Reaper always had a poor sense of smell even when alive, so he didn't realise until the fire spread and he couldn't get out anymore. It was only after he died and met a Reaper did he find out the truth. His parents never hated him. His dad was away more to earn more money to get the Reaper the best help he could, so he didn't have to give up on his dream. His mother was so tired from trying to find any other coaches or someone to give him a chance once his leg recovered. His parents loved him, but that simple act of miscommunication destroyed everything. The Reaper felt he had no right to move on to another life when he destroyed the best one he could ever have. To become a Reaper means to make a wish. All he wanted was to talk to his parents one last time. He was already dead, so he had to talk to them in a dream. He couldn't stop apologising for not understanding them and how he ended up after that one game. His parents too, they were sorry for not telling him what was going on. The Reaper got the closure and apology he needed, and that was enough to justify choosing eternal death. It also meant he could check on his parents whenever he wanted, even if they couldn't see him. I think you're lucky. I thought my parents were the best thing in the world, but turns out I was just money to them. As soon as I lost my perfect teeth, both my parents and my whole town practically disowned me. I guess you could say I have the opposite problem to you. You thought your parents hated you, but they were actually doing their best for you. I thought my parents loved me, but they were just using me. The old man and Viola took me in, my new family, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. No matter what I have to become for them, Valencia said. Out of nowhere, the earth began to violently shake as the ground was torn open, and then in a split second, it stopped. Dread brought his new child over to Valencia. As Prince of Nightmares, he would recognize the darkness without fault. The baby was born at night, which puts her under Valencia's protection. Her name was Gaia. She had a pale green complexion with horns and a tail just like her father's, and her mother's wings. The tips of her horns and tail were bright pink, resembling the flowers of nature, and her wings were as dark as the night sky. Just then the old man ran outside with new information. He found a name, DxO, codenamed No Face. Coco, being tired but grateful that being a guiding star and fast recovery from any injury, walked over to Valencia, blessing Gaia, something the darkness had taught Valencia to do while she was asleep. Watching over anyone born of night was also her duty now, after all. They had information on DxO, but not a plan, just a message from a rat that ran off after delivering it. Finally, a real home for them. The sewer lord was positive this time, just a short trip through some tunnels. Coco had enough though, and wanted to take a baby and leave before any more danger hit. The old man sighed and reminded them that they couldn't leave. The earth belongs to Gaia now, and until she's of age, Coco and Dread can't leave and go back to their realm until she's old enough to rule by herself. If they leave, they die. So follows the cosmic law. Well, the plot thickens for all our characters in this week's story. Nicole, keep them coming, keep them coming. We've had our creepy now, so let's have a game with Gimme the Question. Round 1. Your answer is Meg Ryan, Groaners Play Along Live. You're playing at home, here's where you suddenly pause once I give you the questions. Okay? Pick out the right question. Option A. Who starred alongside Denzel Washington in Man on Fire? Option B. Who starred alongside Tom Hanks in You've Got Mail? Or C. Who starred alongside Kurt Russell in Breakdown? What you got, Groaners Live? What do you have for me? Bees are flying in. Oh, bees. Any more Groaners? And C's? Okay. We've got a split again, Groaners Live. What did you go with, Groaner at home? What did you pick? Answers to come later. Round 2. Your answer is Free Jack. Your questions are A. Which film starred Mick Jagger as a time-jumping protagonist? B. Which film starred Emilio Estevez as a man kidnapped out of time? Or C. Which film starred Rene Russo as a woman experiencing deja vu over her dead husband and keeps seeing him? Groaners Live, give me your answers please. Those at home, pause, answer, unpause. A's are flying in. Any more Groaners and B's are coming in as well. More splits. Okay. Round 3, here we go. Final round for Give Me the Question. Your answer is Screamers. Your questions are A. What film starred Kurt Russell, who plays a radio DJ plagued with screaming callers before they die? B. What film starred David Chappelle in a role where if he makes people laugh too hard, they die of screaming laughter? Or C. What film starred Peter Weller, who plays a soldier facing off against robots who can copy your likeness? but scream as they attack you. C's are flying in there. Any more groaners? C's are flying in. What did you go with at home, groaner? Pause now, answer, unpause. Got points? You might have. You'll find out later in the show. You never know, you might be lucky. And this brings us neatly onto Oh Lucky! Here in the UK, we have a game you can play nationwide called the postcode lottery. For a small fee, your postcode is entered into a draw where you could win cash prizes. Anyway, a woman in Telford entered into the draw, but got a notification to say she'd entered twice. She forgot to cancel the double registration and draw day came around. Her postcode was selected, but she thought she'd only won £125,000. Nope, she had scooped £250,000 due to the double up. Having recently lost her dad, she thinks he's looking out for her. Whatever the case, it's definitely cause for Oh Lucky! Before we move on to our next game, I feel it my duty to ponder why oh why. TikTok is at it again, this time with everyone going bananas over a cucumber salad recipe. This latest fad has even caused an Icelandic cucumber shortage. To get this in perspective, Iceland generates about 6 million cucumbers from a 300,000 farmers. So to have a shortage is crazy. TikTok and a cucumber shortage for a simple salad. You know what I've got to ask, groaners? Why oh why? Bouncing along now, we find ourselves playing yes or BS. Remember, you must avoid the BS answers or you sacrifice your score for the whole entire game. Okay, round one. Groaners, are you playing live? Are you playing live? Of course you're playing live. Groaners playing live? Are you ready? Yes you are. Those at home, I know you're ready because you're listening. So, here we go. Round one, the basic patent toad round. Option A, a marlinstrue was an early form of basic marionette puppet in 12th century Germany. Option B, the world's biggest record-breaking toad was from Queensland, Australia. Or option C, the patent for the first sewing machine was given in 1846. Go Groaners Live, give me those answers. Those at home, press pause, answer unpause. C's rolling in. Any more groaners? A is coming in as well. Interesting. Okay. Any more before I move on, groaners? Nope, no answers popping in there. Round 2, the Burning Bears Weaving Round. Option A, bears adapt when they are being hunted. B, when it comes to weaving lengthwise, yarns are called weft, and crosswise yarns are called warp. Or option C, Burning Mountain is a coal seam fueled eternal flame in Australia. Go Groaners Live, give me those answers. You know what I do if you're playing at home. What you got, Groaners playing live? What do you got for me? Got A's flying in and C's flying in. B's flying in as well. Okay. Cross the board there, Groaners. Okay. Any more? Nope, I think that's it. Final round, round 3. The world's opening fart round. Option A, a match gets rid of the smell if you fart. Option B, more seashells open to the left, with the right opening being very rare. Or option C, 29% of the world's population picked blue as their favourite colour. Go Groaners Live, answers please. Those at home, pause, answer, pause again? Unpause, or you'll be on eternal pause forever. What you got, Groaners? What you got for me? We got C's flying in there, B's flying in there, A's flying in there. They're all flying in there. Whole room has gone unanimous with answers. Okay. Well. Wonder if you got points there, Groaners? Shh. Wait. I'll tell you later. Earlier, I got my turn to groan, so it's only right one of you gets your turn. You know what time it's for. It's the audience groan. And this week's groan wings its way in from Rish of Newcastle upon Tyne. He's buzzing he's been selected for this week. Hi Rish. On with his groan. What annoys me the most is losing my ID or passport and starting a frantic search for it. In the process, I stumble upon all sorts of things I lost years ago, like an old ring or a picture of my childhood. After exhausting all options, I eventually give up and apply for a new one, enduring the whole hassle of the application process. And then, just when the new passport gets delivered, I open the first drawer, and there it is, right underneath the first file. Excellent, Groaners. I've experienced this and still never found my old one. Hate moments like this. I better not lose a second passport I've got. Another 80 quid. No thanks. You want to take part in the show? You can. All you gotta do is send us one of the following, or more than one of the following. Your groans, your why, your whys, your what does, your oh unlucky or lucky stories, or your hero or zero of the week nominations. How can you do it? You can send them in via one of the following. The trusty email, which is of course the groanzonepod@gmail.com. If you got Facebook, you can search for the Groan Zone podcast on Facebook groups and contact us there. You can find us on Discord and join in live by looking us up at the Groan Zone. We usually record at 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time every Friday. Of course, you can also pop your comments in there and whatever else. You can shoot either myself or Admin Nicole a Facebook message. I'm on Mr. E. Groaner, and Admin Nicole is under Nicole Amos. And lastly, drop a comment on any episode and it will be picked up. You can, of course, give us ideas or feedback using the same platforms. We look forward to hearing from you, Groaners. Moving on, we switch over to Oh Unlucky! Well, everyone loves a good game of bingo. Apart from a few exceptions. Myself, I'll play it, but it's not my game of choice. However, a regular bingo player in Hartlepool this week won a £50,000 jackpot. Lucky, you might say. Nope. As the 19-number Full House winner triggered the Super Share Saturday at Mecca, which meant the £50,000 was shared with everyone, meaning those in attendance got 1k each. I don't think they realised. Unlucky for them, but lucky for the room. On a flip side note though, they did win themselves another £1,000, so it isn't all bad. It's the end of another week, so of course, we must name our zero of the week. I was handed this week's zero by a groaner who wished to remain anonymous when they emailed in. Just to inform you, this is from August of 2022, so it's an old one. I don't think the groaner realised, but thanks all the same. A car park in Hartlepool, known as the Marina Car Park, which sees a lot of people parking for views and also attend local attractions and businesses, has hiked up its fees and has also gone cashless. According to locals, this could drive people away, and especially the elderly, who may be put off by having to mess about with a confusing car parking system. Also, they slashed the free parking time from 30 minutes down to 15. If people are over a minute late by a camera, they get fined. The 30 affected business owners have called on their local council to purchase the land the car park is on to stop the greedy car parking firm hiking up prices further. Do car parking firms not have any idea about local economy and how things may be affected? It seems not so, and by rights, they are this week's zero of the week. Although, as of this year, I'm unsure how things are with this. We're coming to the end of this week's episode now, but we leave you with this week's picture puzzle and the game answers. Where the hell am I? Slight change to this game you may have noticed in the title. Tell me, city, where this statue is. Of course, you'll see the picture on Podbean, you'll see it on Facebook, you'll see it on Discord. You won't see it unless you're using one of the platforms including Podbean. So if you're looking anywhere else, you may not see it. This is one of those things that I can't fix. I've tried and it can't be done. So you will see the picture if you look at one of those other three medias, okay? Your clue is, I share my place name with an animated blue bird and a Duran Duran song. Good luck, Groaners. Now here come the game answers. From last week, it's Admin Nicole's answer to her anagram. Your clue was, possibly one of the UK's most dangerous creatures. Anagram answer, noble false widow spider. It's one of the UK's most venomous spiders, if not the most. However, it is also rather harmless, as only bites for self-defense. That doesn't make me feel any better. Thank God in Newcastle, I can't see any of those, and I wouldn't want to upset one of them. Moving on, yes or BS answers now. Round 1, the basic patent toad round. If you went for any other option bar B, you've got no points. If you went for B, you got 1 point. Round 2, the Burning Bears Weaving round. If you went for option A or C, congratulations, you've got a point, another point. However, if you picked option B, you've just been blanked. You've got no points. Round 3, the world's opening fart round. If you went for any other option apart from C, great, you got points. However, if you went for any other option, if you went for A or B, you have no points. And finally, give me the question. Round 1, your answer was Meg Ryan. Your correct question was B, who starred alongside Tom Hanks in You've Got Mail. The film was set in the 90s, I think it was the 90s, where two people fall in love over email. Round 2, your answer was Free Jack. Your correct question was B again. Which film starred Emilio Estevez as a man kidnapped out of time? It also starred Mick Jagger as an antagonist and Rene Russo as the love interest. Round 3, your answer was Screamers. Your correct question was C. What film starred Peter Weller, who plays a soldier facing off against robots who can copy your likeness of a human but scream as they attack you? It was an odd movie, but definitely not his best. RoboCop all the way. And that, groaners, brings us to the end of this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed the ride on the waters of the Groan Zone. We'll be back next week for more fun and more groaning. Take care. Bye bye. As the 19 number Full House winner triggered the super share. As the 19 number Full House winner triggered the shoop. It's a tongue twister. I knew I was going to do this.